Hey everybody, welcome to Muse 3. So here we go, let's just jump right in.
Okay, it's a little bit of a long one. Preparing the brain for the future of mankind. Our brain is a very complex organ. It plays an integral part in controlling our organs, thoughts, memories, speech, and movements. It has evolved over hundreds of thousands of years, getting us to where we are today. But there is still room to grow. If we think of the brain as a supercomputer, which it is, and measure how it operates in the same way, then we find that an immense amount of communication takes place between the body and the brain, helping us to evaluate the environment that surrounds us at any moment.
This makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint because an accurate determination of our environment allowed us to stay away from the edge of the cliff, run from the tiger, and eat the right food, keeping us alive to enjoy our life for as long as possible. Knowing this, we can also see why yoga is such an effective tool to help us calm the mind and begin to learn the art of removing our senses, which is called pratyahara, to quiet the unnecessary sensory chatter of our survival instincts. I don't know where you live, but in Indiana, we don't have any tigers. So yes, it is definitely time for Hoosiers to move out of this survival mode.
The less chatter, the more room to be conscious. To make my point clear, science has now determined that the load on the mind from our senses can be upwards of 11 million bits per second, whereas consciously reading a book takes about 50 bits per second. You probably see the point, but to make sure that you do, our brains are mostly geared for survival, not consciousness yet. This is why it is so important to find time every day or multiple times every day to be still and know God.
This tones the brain to be ready and able when you truly need to be conscious. If everyone on this earth was on this journey, we would find ourselves in a consciously loving environment. In the meantime, part of our job is to be patient, find our own practice for being still, and be a loving example for others to see.
So I think in summary, again, our brain acts like this supercomputer, whatever, these 11 million bits per second. I mean, that's a lot of sensory data
stuff
that we're trying to keep track of and keep us safe. But this evolutionary wiring, right, trying to think we have to run and keep safe from the tigers and not fall off the cliffs, it's like this constant chatter that really crowds out all this deeper awareness. And so then we're not being conscious. Our brains are really just evolutionarily wired for survival.
Yeah. So our homework to you every day, as best as possible, 2 to 5 minutes of stillness. So that's pick up a book, read real slow. Maybe it's a spiritual book, a Bible, something. It doesn't matter. Look out the window at something. Stare at a leaf for 2 to 5 minutes. But anything to get the mind to start to slow down. Because a lot of times we get the monkey mind going in this culture, and it's just one thought after another, and we think it's natural, and it's not. It's killing us. So we do have to tone that brain. So our homework is 2 to 5 minutes a day. Find your stillness, however you find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think if more of us are doing this, we can shift away from this survival-driven society and hopefully one that's more communal and focused more on consciousness and love.
I love it. We are grateful that you're listening to these. We're getting a lot of feedback, so leave a comment. Let us know how it's going. Wishing you a wonderful day. Take care.